Well, welcome to Ignorance Unleashed with your host Salvatore Cavalieri. Step into Salvatore's bold and unapologetic take on today's news and its impact on real estate. In just 10 minutes, enjoy no-nonsense insights with a dash of humor and absurdity. Approved by his psychiatrist and wife because they agree he needs this outlet.
Hey. So today we're going to talk about, I think I'm going to make a series of this, of how people, how I have to protect people from themselves, but how people get really obnoxious about minimum stuff. Okay. So let me give you this background. We have a tenant, nice overall gentleman. And he rented a house, single family home. The house is not new. Okay. And he took it. And of course, the house alone, his tenancy, there were some repairs to be done. Okay. Fine. He kept good communication, very responsible gentleman, always on time on rent. I would consider him an A+ tenant, this gentleman. Okay. He got married. Fine. No problem. And then they decided to adopt a kitten, a cat, a little cat. I think the cat was 5 pounds at the most overweight state, the cat. And I'm glad that this cat took also was able to be adopted by a family. Clearly a 5-pound cat needs some love and help and a lot of food with it. No? Okay? Now, so this particular tenant has been paying rent very punctually for almost 2 years, you know. The owners, they decided that they wanted to see the house inside. I advised them that I can do that, as could be part of my job, or is part of my job if I can do that, if I see the reason. They insisted on that. So I said, okay, well, owners being owners, and you have seen this, probably you have heard this in other podcasts that I do, that, the most problems usually I get them from the landlord side, not from the tenant side. But anyway, so I advise my clients, and hey, look, guys, I can't go there. No, we want to go there just to see how things are. Because the tenant was complaining about a few things were not working, and he had bad videos, bad pictures, and stuff gets old, it gets worn out. It really was nothing that the tenant did particularly wrong, but they wanted to see themselves so they could get the most accurate estimate for the repairs, etc. So, okay, you want to go have fun, go. Okay, they went there, and of course, the first appointment, this gentleman is busy, has a job. So he was taking off from work in order to be at home. And he didn't. And the owners didn't show up. They, at the last minute, very close to the deadline, said, hey, look, we cannot make it. Of course, the tenant was upset, with a reason, by the way. So I had to kind of be in the middle, patch the situation, the landlord, well, I'm sorry, things change. And the other guy said, hey, look, I changed my schedule, and then he didn't even show up. And we have all these things that need to be fixed. They were not major, but were uncomfortable, I would say. Okay. So finally, the landlord called. The house is in great condition. The house is in pristine condition. Everything is so nice. So on the back patio, there is a screen. It's an enclosed screen. We call it Florida rooms. And I remember that before it was rented, that screen was redone. Well, apparently, the kitten, according to the landlord, the kitten damaged the screen. Really. I'm going to put the picture, okay? Right? And apparently this was a beast, okay? An iron, damaging stuff. Knowing that a lot of people exaggerate stuff, I said, well, okay. So I went, I took the final picture, I'm going to put it there. just to see the ferocity of this beast. Well, at the end, the tenant felt that he was not being welcome, or he felt a few things that were not nice with him and the new wife. And of course, the ferocious beast of this 5-pounder that was destroying the screen. And of course, they left. And of course, I left the client too. There were other things going on in there that didn't sit me well. Okay? So the message here is be prepared for people to fight for really meaningless stuff, getting upset about meaningless stuff, not leaving the professional finishing their job. Okay? And on top of that, now you have an asset that does not have a good tenant. By the way, when you work, when a property is vacant, it's not losing money. Really? Okay, I'm not a genius here. So the tenant saw this. He was asking for a few other concessions. We were kind of reasonable. One of them was not. It was very pricey to do, but it could have been managed. But anyway, these people didn't want to invest more money in the house. He was not satisfied. He sensed that thing and he left. Now the property is sitting vacant, and I'm not working for them anymore because they're not leaving someone do the job, which I told them previously in other communications, which I told them previously to do that. So if you're a professional in the world of real estate and in the professional world of property management, you're going to find this. And do not be afraid to fire your client. There is a lot of fear in the agent world. Back in my past lives, I used to train real estate agents. Okay, so I learned a lot of that. I learned how the psychic works for the agent. A lot of the agents want to keep the good, the bad, and the ugly as customers, and that is not the way to grow. It is much better to have few good ones than many average or terrible ones. So I ended up the business relationship with them with the best of intentions. I told them, like I mentioned beforehand, that some things were not marching well. That thing got worked out, okay? But then new things come up, and then just the issue of the cat destroying the screen really it was the last drop of the bucket. Because why? My life and my health and my sanity, it is has limits, and just wasting my time listening to this one is not worth it. Okay, so for the professionals in the industry, don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say to a client, thank you very much, but no, I move on. Okay? And you can do that when you're secure about yourself, and when you're secure that you can capture more business. So with that, it comes education, being surrounded by the proper circle of prosperous, go-getter people around you, no negative people, or just people that they don't even show up in the office. Okay, if you look at most real estate offices, they're empty. It's just void halls of nothing. They just don't come. I don't know. I really don't think that you can do much at home. Really, I don't believe in that. You have your cat, your dog, maybe family. You think about the laundry that you need to do, stuff like that. So you're not productive enough. So don't be afraid to say no to a client. At the beginning, send them a warning and say, hey, look, guys, you're bugging me in a nice way. Okay? And then go from there. Okay? If it is convenient or not convenient to continue the relationship. But don't be afraid to set your standards. What is your standard, really? Okay? What is your standard? And actually, saying no, it gets you farther out, by the way. I learned that old in my life. Okay. Saying no takes you way, way farther out. Why? Because you're setting yourself your standard, and the person that is listening to you, if the person has a good understanding of the situation because you properly explain the situation, he or she will respect you. So don't be afraid to say no, and don't be afraid to fire clients that do not make the cut for you. Life is too short to be putting up with stuff and the ferocious cat and just destroy the screen. Make it a great day.